Welcome to 10 Minutes of Wealth, the show that makes you smarter about money. Let's get into it. Episode 11, How to Make Money in Stocks, A Winning System in Good Times or Bad, by William O'Neill. What if successful investing was not about predicting the market, but about recognizing the same patterns that have driven great stocks for decades? In How to Make Money in Stocks, William O'Neill explains a clear system for finding strong companies, avoiding costly mistakes, and building lasting wealth through discipline. The book promises a practical path that anyone can learn, even without a finance background. O'Neill is the founder of Investors Business Daily and a pioneer in data-driven growth investing. His work has helped investors understand the patterns that consistently appear in strong, leading stocks. In this episode, you will discover the core message behind O'Neill's approach and learn how his insights can help you become a more confident, intentional investor. The core idea. How to make money in stocks starts with a simple truth. Great investing is not about prediction, but about recognizing proven patterns in price, earnings, and market leadership. O'Neill argues that the best stocks share common traits long before they become household names, and that disciplined investors can learn to spot them. His CAN-SLIM method blends chart analysis with fundamental strength to reveal companies on the rise. As he writes, the market is humanity and crowd psychology on display. Before we dive into the lessons, ask yourself, what patterns do you tend to follow when you invest? And are they truly serving you? Key lesson number 1. Strong stocks show their strength early. One of O'Neill's most important insights is that the best stocks do not hide. They show their strength early, long before the crowd notices them. He learned this by studying more than a century of market winners, and the same pattern kept coming back. Great companies grow fast. Their sales rise quarter after quarter. Their profits accelerate. Their stock price moves to new highs, even when the overall market feels uncertain. Most people think a stock has to be cheap to be a good opportunity, but O'Neill argues the opposite. Winners often look expensive because the company is already proving itself. As he puts it, strong stocks show strong behavior. Picture a company reporting another quarter of double-digit earnings growth. The stock jumps, trading far more shares than usual. That is not noise. That is demand. Investors are telling you they believe in the story and want in. When you learn to spot those clues, you stop treating investing like a guessing game. You start focusing on facts you can see. Growth, leadership, and rising prices backed by real conviction. Over time, you realize something simple but powerful. The strongest stocks rarely whisper. They announce themselves if you know how to listen. Key lesson number 2. The market itself tells you when to buy and sell. O'Neill teaches something many investors overlook. The market is always sending signals about which stocks are healthy and which are weakening. Instead of asking what you think should happen, he suggests watching what is actually happening in the price. When a strong stock moves to a new high on heavy trading, it shows real demand. Buyers are stepping up. That moment can be a sign of strength, and sometimes a buying opportunity. On the other hand, when a stock falls sharply on unusually high volume, it is often a warning that big investors are getting out. You do not need to know why. You only need to notice the behavior. O'Neill also points out that price patterns tend to repeat because human behavior repeats. Periods of rest, pullbacks, and fresh surges show up again and again in winning stocks. These patterns are not magic. They are just the rhythm of how people buy and sell. The lesson here is simple. The market leaves footprints. If you pay attention to those footprints instead of your emotions, you make decisions based on evidence rather than hope. and that shift alone can change your entire investing experience. Key lesson number 3. Discipline beats intuition. O'Neill is very clear about one thing. Successful investing is not about being the smartest person in the room. It is about being the most disciplined. Most people buy because something feels exciting, and sell because something feels scary. But feelings swing with every headline. Discipline, on the other hand, gives you a steady path. One of O'Neill's core rules is simple. Cut your losses quickly. If a stock drops 7 to 8% below your purchase price, you sell. No debating. No hoping it comes back. This one rule prevents small mistakes from becoming financial disasters. He also warns against chasing cheap stocks that look like bargains. The companies that create real wealth usually have strong growth, strong demand, and strong leadership. They may not look cheap, but they have momentum and a track record that supports it. O'Neill's message is that rules protect you from yourself. They keep you from holding on to weak stocks. They stop you from jumping into hype, and they help you stay focused on quality instead of noise. 3 questions to reflect on. Let's pause for a moment and think about how O'Neill's insights apply to you. 1. Am I paying attention to real signs of strength, or mostly to my opinions about what should happen? 2. Do I let the market's behavior influence my decisions, or do I rely on emotion and headlines? And 3. Where could more discipline help me avoid repeating the same investing mistakes? You do not need perfect answers, just honest ones. If you like, pause this episode for a moment, think them through, or carry them with you as you go about your day. Putting it into practice. Here's how you can turn O'Neill's ideas into action and build smarter investing habits over time. First, focus on companies showing real strength. Look for steady sales and earnings growth and prices that are moving toward new highs. Second, pay attention to price and volume. Notice when a stock rises on heavy trading or breaks down on unusual selling. Those clues matter. Third, create a basic set of rules for yourself. Decide how you will manage risk, when you will sell, and what kinds of companies you want to own. Fourth, avoid buying stocks just because they look cheap. Strength is often more important than price. And finally, review your decisions regularly. Notice what worked, what did not, and where discipline could improve your results. Final thoughts. How to Make Money in Stocks teaches that investing comes from recognizing real strength, following clear rules, and letting the market show you what is actually happening. O'Neill's message is encouraging. When you focus on proven signals instead of emotion, investing becomes clearer and more intentional, and it can do the same for you. Just remember, small, consistent choices shape long-term results, and maybe successful investing begins the moment you start trusting the clues the market gives you. Thank you for listening. You just got smarter about money in under 10 minutes. If this episode was valuable to you, you can support us by buying a virtual coffee via the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.